Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Abdulrahman Hussein from the Opening Academy, and this is a record for Habibullah and Abdullah. How's it going, my friends? Hope you are good, inshallah. Today we will do a revision for the rule of Isti'adha, seeking refuge. As we have mentioned before, my friends, that Isti'adha, seeking refuge, is saying A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim, which means I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. That is the meaning of saying A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. And we said that seeking refuge is required every time we read Quran. No difference if I started from the beginning of the surah, from the middle of the surah, it doesn't matter. Every time I will read Quran, I have to say A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim, which is the meaning of I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. And that's, my friends, because that's the command of Allah Azza Jal. Allah Azza Jal said in the Quran in Surah An-Nahl, ayah 98, فإذا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, which means, and when you read Quran, seek refuge with Allah from the rejected Satan. So that is the command of Allah Azza Jal, that every time we read Quran, we have to say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And we mentioned, my friends, that we have ways to saying Isti'adha, ways of saying Isti'adha, ways of seeking refuge. Silently and loudly, with low voice and with loud voice. With low voice, we have three cases. Number one, if the reader is reading alone. Number two, when he's about to pray. Number three, if reading is done by turns and I'm not the first one. So, my friends, if I'm reading alone, so there is no need to raise my voice. If I'm about to pray, the same. And if reading is done by turns, the first one will read it loudly and everyone else will read it silently. Second way is loudly. There's one point which he already mentioned, which is the point if the reading is done by turns. Okay, and I'm the first one, so I have to read it loudly. Second one, if I'm reading and there are others are presented to whom will be able to hear my recitation. So in this case, I also still have to read it loudly. And the last point which you mentioned about this rule, my friends, is that, okay, now if I'm reading and my reading was cut, shall I repeat Isti'adha or I shall not? Look, my friends, if my reading is cut because of coughing, sneezing, or talking about the ayahs which I'm reading, in this case, there is no need to repeat Isti'adha. But if my reading is cut off by work, normal conversation, something a way of reading Quran, in this case, I have to repeat Isti'adha before beginning Quran or reading Quran again. So, my friends, that was all about the rules of Isti'adha. Inshallah, I hope this record benefit you, and in the end, I hope it finds you well, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.